my channel. So I'm making some pumpkin cookies. I have the recipe, so I will be sure to leave it in the description box. It does come with a frosting recipe. I'll go ahead and leave that as well. I don't use that. I just make the pumpkin cookies like that, how it calls for. So I started this because, I mean, it's pretty common. Like, you just get your dry ingredients, so it's all in there. I haven't whisked it together yet, and I didn't take the butter out soon because I didn't know I was going to be doing pumpkin cookies today. So I went ahead and just put it in a bowl, the stick of butter, and I put it in the microwave for like 20 seconds, and it's good to go. Now I can put it in my KitchenAid. So I'm just going to go ahead and whisk all of the dry ingredients together. And if you don't have a KitchenAid, you can use a hand mixer. And if you don't have a hand mixer, I have done this recipe with just like a spoon. I had dinner in the oven and it was ready. So obviously the first thing you want to do is set your time, or preheat your oven to 350, and then go ahead and get everything together. Do your dry ingredients first. So it called for 2.5 cups of flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and a half a teaspoon of cloves, and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and a half a teaspoon of salt. I don't know if I said that. I'm sorry. I will have the recipe in the description box below. So this is pretty good. But what I was saying is, if you don't have a hand mixer or a KitchenAid, I have done this recipe with just a wooden spoon, and I'll tell you, it's a workout. So, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do when you don't have the equipment, right? So hopefully you guys do have a KitchenAid or a hand mixer to make this easier on you, but I have done this without one. It's just really, really tiring, so just be prepared for that if you don't have one. So now we're gonna go ahead and put all of our wet ingredients in the KitchenAid, and then we'll slowly add the dry ingredients to that. So let me get my wet ingredients. I'm gonna prop my camera up so you guys can see me, and then we will go from there. Alright, so I have most of what I need right here in front of me. So you're gonna add your butter. Like I said, I melted it in the microwave, and I didn't even put it in there for that long, and it like melted really fast, but that's okay. It'll do what it needs to do. It doesn't matter. So you add your your butter. So it's a stick of butter, or half a cup. A cup. I can't even talk right now. Oh my god. A cup and a half of sugar, granulated sugar. Then you're gonna do a cup and a half of pumpkin puree. So let me go grab that. Hold on. So now we're gonna go ahead and cream together the sugar and the butter. And then we're gonna go ahead and add the pumpkin. So it's a cup and a half. So then you're gonna go ahead and cream that together. And then you're gonna add an egg. And 1 tablespoon of vanilla. my KitchenAid is still new and this doesn't get all of it, so I have to use like a spatula or a spoon to scrape it so it'll get it, because I can still see some of the butter. So I'm just gonna help it out a little bit. And then I'm gonna have to use this again once I get all the flour in there, because it doesn't mix it all. It always leaves some at the bottom. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dump some of this in there right now. Obviously you don't want to do a lot at a time or it's just gonna poof up at you and make a mess everywhere. So you want to go slow. You could also use a measuring cup and do it that way, which is what I'm gonna do. So just a second. So I'm gonna get all my flour combined, and when it's completely combined, I will come back. Sorry about that. So I had to eat dinner, but basically after you beat everything together, I took the KitchenAid bowl off and I took the wooden spoon and just stirred it really good because there was a little bit of flour down at the bottom. And then I'm just adding it on my cookie sheet, and I'm using 2 of the same size spoons to do it. And this makes a lot of cookies. Especially if you make them smaller, then obviously you can make more. You can do any size you want. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Comment below, let me know if you guys try it and what you think. Like I said before, you can taste some pumpkin, but you taste a lot of the cinnamon and the spices. So if you're not a huge fan of like pumpkin pie, this is a little different. So try it, see if you like it. I will leave the recipe in the description box below with the frosting recipe that comes with it. And like I said, this is not my recipe, this is my grandma's, so I can't take full credit for it. And until then, I will see you guys next time. Bye!